beautiful soul, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful wrap top with flower of life motif at the back. Are you ready? Let's grab your yarn and the hook. Let's get started. And here are the materials we will need. I use this yarn. It's a cotton with some glitter on it, and this is spot weight yarn category 2. You need 4mm hook and a pair of scissors, tape measurement, stitch marker, and a yarn needle. Alright, let's get started. So in this design, we're going to make 2 panels at the front, and we will start 1 panel at a time, of course. We start from the shoulder down to where the arrow is pointing, which is where we're going to make the long strap to wrap around our body at the end. And you see the horizontal line with the word INC, mean increasing. At that point of your breast, you're going to start to increase. I will guide you and show you how I increase and which row that I increase. So for you, start off with how many chain is depend on your shoulder, so you can use the tape measurement and measure how many chain you need to start your half double crochet row that will sit there nicely. For me, in my size small, extra small, I have 34B for my breast, and my shoulder, as you can see in the picture, so I start with chain 18, and my row 1 is half double crochet, 16 half double crochet because I start the first half double crochet in 3rd chain from hook. So you're going to make the chain that wide enough to sit nicely on your shoulder. And here is my first panel I already made, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You're just going to do the same thing for 2 panels. It's the identical panel. It's going to be the same. So first make your slip knot, and as I said, I made 18 chain in order to have my row 1 16 half double crochet. So if you do the same side with me, you can do 18 chain as well. And if you feel like your shoulder is wider than me, you can start with 20 or 22 and just, check on your shoulder how it sits on you. So here, row 1, half double crochet in 3rd chain from hook, and then half double crochet in each chain across until the end. So if you start with 18 chain, this row 1, you need to have 16 half double crochet. So I have finished my row 1, and this 16 half double crochet measure 3 inches and a little bit more, almost 3.5, but not quite yet. And now I'm going to make my row 2 to row 21 with chain 2, turn the work, and 1 half double crochet in each half double crochet from previous row, which is in row 1. And I'm going to do this like row 3 to row 21, just keep repeating row 2. So for you, you may ask, so how many rows should I make? Go back to see the photo again. Your work should sit right above your, just check about 1 inch, not 1 inch, it's 1 inch before you get to your nipple so that when your breasts start to form, and if you have bigger breasts, then you can see when your breasts start to form, that is when you start to increase. So for me, I increase in my row 22. For you, gonna be different. So keep making this the same half double crochet as many rows as you need until you get to the point and you see, oh, now my breasts start to, I want it to be increasing so that it cover my breast. So you just have to put your work against your breast. I know it sounds very complicated, but I hope you understand. If you don't understand, let me know in the comment below and I will try my best to explain. And here, when I have done 21 rows, this is my work so far. And I feel like now for me it's time to increase. I already made 1 panel, so I know I put again my breast, and I know that row 22 is when I'm going to increase. So for me to increase, you're going to do the same when you're increasing. This row 22, chain 2, turn the work, and then you're going to add 2 half double crochet in that first half double crochet from previous row. For me in this case is row 21, and then 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. In my row 22 I will end up with a total of 17 half double crochet, because from row 1 to row 21 I have only 16 half double crochet each row. So increase one more. In row 22 I will have 17 half double crochet. So whatever number you have, you're just gonna have one more in this row. You can make sure by counting all of your stitches again. I always do that to make sure I don't skip anything and that I have the 17 half double crochet like I wanted. And now increasing next row, row 23 for me. From now I'm just going to increase at the end of the row, because the increase stitch should be at the same point. So for me, row 23, you see it has to go only one way of increasing. So I will start with chain 2 and half double crochet in each stitch across until I get into the last stitch. That is where I add 2 half double crochet at the end. So my row 23, I will have one more stitch extra. I will have a total of 18 half double crochet. So whatever your number you have, you need to have one more at the end, and it has to be at the end. So pretty much you have to remember in my size, I increase on row 22 and 23, and then after I made my row 23, from then on I would just going to repeat row 22 and row 23 until it's cover my breast down to the length that I like, and then I will make the long strap. So for you, you're just gonna repeat these last 2 rows. Doesn't matter what rows it is, just the last 2 rows that you increase, you're going to repeat that until it's cover your breast and that you are ready to make a long chain to wrap around your body. So here I am. I have made a total of 35 rows, and it is a total of 30 half double crochet at my row 35. And now we're going to make the strap. To make the strap, for me, I make a long chain of 120. You can make longer, but do not make shorter. I think 120 is perfect. Here I got my 120 chain. I'm going to add half double crochet in third chain from hook. And I'm going to do that by, after that I'm going to just add half double crochet in each chain across until the end. So since I start in the third chain from hook, I will have a total of 118 half double crochet at the end. And once you got to the end, just make sure, don't forget, I have 2 more chain to go into, and 1 more. So yeah, when you got into the end, you're going to slip stitch. I slip stitch there just like the between rows. You see, just like the between rows, I slip stitch, chain 1 and cut the yarn. This is finished 1 panel. So you're going to repeat everything to create the identical panel, because you're going to need 2 panels. I already made my 2 panels, and yeah, now go do another panels and then continue with the back part, which is a flower of life. I'm so excited. I haven't crocheted flower of life for some time now, and I'm very happy that this design came back to me again, and I have an idea to do this top with you, and I hope you enjoyed so far. So go ahead, create another identical panels and jump into the back motif with me. So here I already made also the flower of life. Why I do that? Why don't I take you step by step? Because I have a video tutorial of this motif on my channel. I put here the link at the corner for you and also in description box below. Go ahead, make the motif and then come back when we going to continue the round around the motif. So look, I have made 3 rounds of this flower of life and it's measure 6 inches a little bit. I think this would fit perfectly for size small, extra small, but if you making medium or large, maybe you make another round of this motif by following exactly the same thing of the flower of life tutorial on my channel and then come back here. Once you make that already, you have this motif, you already made it, then come back and put your work the same way I do now here and then add the stitch marker in 4 corners. Now you want to pay close attention to this motif. You can see that in 4 corners that I add the stitch marker. I add the stitch marker into the point that have just 1 petal. You see? They have like the point that have 1 petal and some point have 2 petals. We only add the stitch marker 4 corners of the 1 petal. Where I have the yarn hanging there, I didn't add the stitch marker because I don't need to. I'm going to work from there already. So now let's start the first round of the border. So let's chain 2. By the way, I used 2 strands of this fingering weight yarn, so it's like also a spot weight yarn at the end because the 2 strands. You can use the same 2 strands of fingering weight yarn or 1 strand of spot weight yarn. That chain 2 count as 1/2 double crochet. Then we add 1/2 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 2 and 2/2 double crochet into the same stitch because we are creating the corner of our border and we need to have a total of 4 corners. That's why we have the stitch marker there. So here in that chain space, chain 5 that we did before, if you going to the video, you know that we did chain 5. We're going to add 6 half double crochet. And again in the next chain 5 space, you're going to add another 6 half double crochet in that chain 5 space. You're going to do that over and over again until you arrive to where you have your stitch marker at the corner, which we are going to add the corner stitch like we just did in the first one. So go ahead, do that 6 half double crochet in each 5 space, in each of the chain 5 space, until you get into the stitch marker. Once you get into the stitch marker, remove the stitch marker and now you're going to add the corner stitch, which is 2 half double crochet into that top of that petal. Chain 2 and at the same stitch add another 2 half double crochet in there, and this is our corner stitch or corner stitches. And then you're going to again I have one more to do, and then you already create a corner and you're going to repeat again the same step over and over again until you arrive to the beginning. So next one, you're gonna see this chain 5 space and you're gonna add 6 half double crochet in there and keep repeating that until you arrive into another stitch marker. Then you're going to do the corner stitch that you have 4 corners, so you're going to do that and I will meet you at the end of this round. And now I'm going to show you how to end this row. You're going to slip stitch the first slip stitch into the chain 2 at the beginning, and then the second slip stitch is into the next one, which is the half double crochet. I'm going to change the color So if you're not changing the color, you just slip stitch like you normally do. If you're changing the color, you're going to slip stitch with the new color in already, because this way you will begin your next round with the new color and it look neater like this. So from now, yeah, cut the yarn. And from now, because this yarn, I felt like this yarn is so small, you can either chain 2 or chain 3. But first you're gonna poke the hook into that. When you start the new round from here, you will always poke the hook into that chain 2 space there, and then make the first chain, second chain. I would say make 3 chain, because when you go into that chain space, 2 chain like this is not tall enough to count as half double crochet. But this round I do like this. Next round I do it different. So you can already start with, oh, I changed my mind. Yeah, good. You see, that's great. So I chain 3, because when you go under that chain 2 space, that doesn't look tall enough. So that chain 3, now from now on, we're gonna chain 3 at the beginning, and we count that as 1 half double crochet. And in the same that chain 2 space, we add another half double crochet, chain 2, and add again another 2 half double crochet. So it's the same kind of stitch that we do for the corner of the first round. Yeah, and this is the corner. What's the difference from this round is that we're going to have more half double crochet, because we have the 2 half double crochet in the corner, right? We're going to add our first half double crochet in that first half double crochet, which is the corner one. So you see that we have 2 extra stitches. You see we already add 1, and then the second one is there. So we kind of increasing in this round already. And now we're going to add half double crochet in that 6 half double crochet we add in the chain 5 space in the previous round. You know what I mean? So the corner point or corner stitches is where we have extra 2 half double crochet. So from now on, you're just going to add 1 half double crochet in each half double crochet across until you arrive into the corner stitch again. Here, as you can see, I already add the 2 extra one in the corner stitch. So now I add the corner stitch in that chain 2 space, 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet in that chain 2 space. Now again, you have to make sure you not skip anything. That 2 stitches from the corner stitch from previous round, just add that 2 half double crochet there. That's 1. Here, second one. And then just continue with 1 half double crochet in each stitch across until you meet another corner, and do exactly the same thing. I meet you at the end of this round. So here to finish round 2, I'm going to slip stitch again in the 3rd chain from the beginning, where I count that as 1 half double crochet, remember? This is very hard to slip stitch. Yeah, I did it. And then slip stitch into the next one. I'm going to change the color again. So the next slip stitch, I'm going to change the color. If you are not changing the color, then just continue with the normal slip stitch. But for me, I'm just going to change into the gray color now. So as always, we're going to poke the hook in that chain 2 space. Actually, this called slip stitch, right? Before I said what chain 1, but actually it's slip stitch and then chain 2. This yarn is quite big. It's slightly bigger than the blue one. So that chain 2, or if you use the same yarn, chain 3, just see the size of your yarn, that count as 1 half double crochet. And then add 1 half double crochet, and we're going to do the corner stitch the same by chain 2 and then another 2 half double crochet. This round we're not gonna increase anymore. I will show you how to do, because you can see that the work start to wavy a little bit. All right, here I already did my first corner stitch or stitches, and I feel like our work is wavy. So if your work look like this round, we're not gonna add the 2 extra stitch into the corner, especially this yarn is bigger, the yarn that I use. So you see that 2 extra stitch, we're going to skip that, and I'm going to start into the next one. I'm not gonna do that 2 extra stitch anymore. See, 1 2 there, then we're gonna start into the next one. So this one is just gonna have the same count as what we have in previous round, in round 2. So we're going to add 1 half double crochet in each stitch across without increasing anything. Make sure that you're following my word, otherwise your work gonna turn out super wavy than it is now. So do that until you arrive at the next corner. You will see that at the next corner you have also that 2 half double crochet from the corner before. You're going to skip that and go directly into that chain 2 space. So here we are. It looks a little better, right? Not too heavy. So you're gonna see that 2 half double crochet from the corner from the previous round. We're going to skip that and go directly into that chain 2 space by adding our corner stitch or corner stitches. It depends how you call that. So in that chain 2 space, just add 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. And this is what you're going to repeat again and again until you arrive at the beginning of this round, and I will show you how to end this round 3. And here we are, slip stitch. Just skip that 2 last half double crochet from the corner, slip stitch the first one, and then you're gonna slip stitch another one. I'm just gonna show you how the work look like right now. I found it's still a little bit too wavy. Anyway, we're going to continue our round 4 the same thing as round 3. So another one to slip stitch here. So this is how we finish our round 3. I just add the stitch marker to know when was my last stitch. You might want to do the same so that you know when is your last half double crochet, because that is what going to be your last half double crochet in your round 4. So now start your round 4 with poke the hook into that chain 2 space, slip stitch. Now I said correctly, chain 2 or 3, up to you. Oh, now I chain 3. Oh my god, just bear with me. Sometimes I chain 2, sometimes I chain 3. I don't know why I do that, but I chain 3. I thought so because I felt like the level of the chain was not high enough. All right, and then you do the same at another half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in that chain 2 space. And again, since we are not gonna do any increasing because it's already wave, we're going to skip that 2 half double crochet in that corner stitch and go to the next one directly. So add half double crochet in the next stitch, and this round you're gonna have the same count as the previous round as well, since we're not increasing anything. So you're going to do the same thing like round 3. Continue to do that. When you arrive to the corner, you also do the same. Oh my god, it's so wavy. We're going to decrease next round. So for now, just do that. Bear with me. And now it's getting dark and I could not stop crocheting, and I need to show you how I decrease. So after I finish my round 4, this is the work I have. It's still wavy, and I'm going to decrease 3 stitches on this part, you see, because we have more stitches. So I'm gonna decrease 3 times there, and in another corner decrease 2, this decrease 2, and this decrease 3 times. I show you how to do it. So I add the stitch marker to mark the point where I want to decrease. It can be anywhere, doesn't matter. I just have one on the right, one at the middle, and one on the left. Just, yeah, you can just do that the same. So I know when I already decrease, then I can remove my stitch marker. But if you feel like I don't need a stitch marker, I know where I'm gonna decrease, so just do what you want. So before we get to where we put the stitch marker, we're just gonna start our row like we did before. So since I already started my round 5, I'm just going to show you how I decrease it. So here's how I decrease. This is the stitch I'm going to decrease. I remove the stitch marker, yarn over. I poke the hook into that stitch that I just removed my stitch marker. Yarn over, pull through, and then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. I have 4 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. This is how I decrease or 2 stitch together like that. And then the next one, I'm just gonna add regular half double crochet. You see that? Going to show you one more time. Now just keep continue with your half double crochet until you arrive into your next stitch marker where you're going to decrease again. So here I am. I have one more to do a regular half double crochet, and again we're going to remove that stitch marker away from our way. So yarn over, go through that stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on hook. Go through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have 4 loops on hook. Yarn over, pull through all loops. This is 2 half double crochet together in my way. That's it. This is how you decrease. And from now on, you're just going to add regular half double crochet until you get into your last stitch marker. The next one I'm going to have there. And that's it. That's how you half double crochet together, and the rest just do the same like previous round. Good morning. Now we have better light, and as you can see, I complete my round 6 also. So the round 6 I did the same exactly like round 5, which is decreasing all the corners. The bigger corner on the top and on the bottom I decrease 3 times, and on the left and the right I decrease 2 times. So this is my work so far. Now let's continue with round 7. Round 7 is like round 3 and round 4. We are not doing any increase, not do any decrease, just skip the 2 in the corner and continue or start with half double crochet until you arrive into the last how to say it, before ending this row, you know, in the last space, or I don't know, it's a square, right? So it's last part, the bigger part. We have 2 big and 2 small, the top and the bottom, and the left and the right is smaller. So just continue with half double crochet until you have that last section before you're gonna end the round. We're going to do something slightly different. Here's what I'm talking about. This is the last section before we get into the end of the round, right? So I want you to have a look at the middle part where is 1 petal at the middle is there, right? I want to have a little nice create another corner, but it's not the corner, gonna be like the edge, the middle part of your back of the back of your top. This is gonna be the bottom part. So I'm going to make something different. So it's gonna be the bottom because I show you the top will stay like that. That is the front part. It's gonna be like that. And yeah, so the top, I'm going to show you how to create the shoulder with the blue color coming soon after this round. But I want you to know what I mean when I say the bottom part because the shoulder is the top and the bottom is where we're going to create these little playful stitches. So here we are at the middle. You see that one petal, it should be the middle part of the work that I'm going to show you how to do it. So when you get into that point, just add 2 half double crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, and skip 1 stitch and add 2 half double crochet into the next stitch. This is the playful part I was talking about. I just want to have a little, you know, something like that pointing. And from now on, you're just going to add 1 half double crochet in each stitch across until the end. And you're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 and then the next stitch like we always do to finish the round. I change the color again into blue for my round 8, and now I do the same thing. That chain 3 I count as 1 half double crochet, and then I'm just going to add the next half double crochet in that chain 2 space in the corner, chain 2, and add 2 half double crochet in that chain space again. And now you're just going to add half double crochet around. Again, we're not increasing, not decreasing. So at the corner, the 2 stitch, we're not going to do anything. And if your work is still wavy, it's totally fine. Look at my work, it's still wavy and it's beautiful at the end. So just make sure you're not adding any, I'm showing the thread, the fiber, the yarn, the brown one, the gray one is slightly bigger than the blue one, isn't it? I think it's more like DK, I don't know, but the blue one is more like spot weight, that for sure. So yeah, again, when I say skip that 2, because if you add that, it's gonna get even more wavy. We don't want that. We don't do that 2 stitches in the corner always. Since already round 3, we don't do that. Yeah, make sure you don't do that. Go back again if you're not sure, and now add the half double crochet. That 2 don't do anything, and going to the next one. And this is what you're going to do until you arrive to the point, the fancy stitch that I showed you in previous round, and I show you how to do in that part. Here we are, we get into that part. Last stitch is there, and now you're going to see that 2 chain. You're going to add 2 half double crochet in there, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet into the same chain 2 space. So easy, but it gives this like pixie look, you know, like a little pointing edge, which I love. And now you're going to add, make sure you add in that we're gonna increase a little bit these 2 stitch on the left and 2 stitch on the right, and it's okay because I want to have that edge. If you don't have to do that. This is just how I like it. So I add half double crochet in each stitch across, including that 2 half double crochet from previous row or round. And then keep continue with 1 half double crochet in each stitch across until the end. Then you're gonna slip stitch, but do not cut the yarn. I will show you how to do the shoulder. And here I just put the front panel to measure and see how much do I need to make the shoulder part. I can see that the slope of the shoulder, the outer shoulder, is higher than, you see, there's like, because our top part is kind of curved, and in the inner shoulder part is like shorter, and then the outer shoulder part is longer. So in this case, I have to do some magic, meaning that I have to create something higher there, and I decided to use a triple crochet stitch. So from there, after slip stitch, I chain 4, and then I add that chain 4 count as 1 triple crochet, and then I add 2 triple crochet into that chain 2 space. If it's too fast on triple crochet, you can go back and have a look how to do it, or watch in auto video how to do triple crochet. And then you see that there is already the next stitch, which is half double crochet from previous round. Add another triple crochet there, I'm going to add a total of 16 triple crochet. I don't know how to say it correctly, but you know what I mean. Since my front panel, the first row is 16 half double crochet, I'm going to add a total of 16 triple crochet in this round 1. I want to continue or connect already. Let me see. I think I'm gonna connect on my 4th triple crochet. Yeah, on my 4th triple crochet, because the first one that I say count as 1 triple crochet, doesn't matter. I just do it to have a corner. So I actually going to count my 4th triple crochet as the first stitch, and from there I'm going to make a total of 16 triple crochet because I'm gonna connect with the front panel. Okay, this is just the row 1. Continue until you get into the same number of your row 1 of the front panel. Like I said, for me 16 half double crochet in the front panel in row 1. I'm going to have a total of 16 triple crochet, counting from my 4th triple crochet where I put the stitch marker there. Here we go. Row 1 of the shoulder has been made. So yeah, I'm just trying to, you see, at the bottom of the corner, I'm trying to match the front panel with the back to make sure how much do I actually need for the shoulder part. You might want to do the same because your work might look different than mine depending on the size you are making. So when you do that, you see how much do you need, the height of your shoulder. I can see that the outer part of my shoulder is lower than the inner part of my shoulder, so I have to make some adjustment. So for row 1, I'm going to do something different. So as I turn my work, you see that the inside is really small space. So I don't need to make the triple crochet there because it's too small. I'm going to start with half double crochet and then double crochet, and then at the outer edge I'm going to do triple crochet. Since I have 16 stitches, I'm going to start with 3 half double crochet, 4 double crochet, and 9 triple crochet. That will make up with 16 half double crochet. Look, you are learning a designing process with me, huh? So chain 2 and add 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. And then 1 triple crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. I'm just measure again, but I already know what I do because I already finished it. But now I just show you, you see it's taller from the outer edge, and so I need to have triple crochet instead of any outer stitches. So yeah, it's fun to, you know, try to create something out of the box and to make it work. This is a piece of art, you know. So if you think along with me, you become a designer in no time, because this is what the designer do. We make things work. So you can see if the space is higher, then you use the taller stitches. If it's shorter, you use smaller stitches. And it's fun to play around, you know. The designing process is truly an art in itself. Well, it's art anyway. So yeah, finish this row, and I will meet you in row 3. Yay, row 2 is done. Now we're going to do our row 3. You see, it's coming so nice, and I really like how it looks, because the triple crochet gives the texture so unique, no? Like, I don't use so much triple crochet stitch, but in this case it's just so nice. So for our row 3 going to be different, because we're gonna crochet from the outer edge, and you see there's small space. I'm going to do 3 half double crochet, then 1 single crochet and 1 slip stitch to finish my row 3. So yeah, let's do it. Row 3, chain 2, turn the work, and you're going to add 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And then 1 single crochet, and then a slip stitch into the next one. And from here we're going to chain 1 and cut the yarn. We're going to also cut the yarn with some, I don't know, something around 2 times of the shoulder width, so that we can use the yarn needle and sew in. But before that, let's repeat everything on the other side to create another shoulder. Look, I already have 2 shoulder done. So go back to see how I did the first shoulder part and just do everything the same. So when we got 2 shoulder part, we're going to connect them to the front panels, like 2 front panels, 1 panel at a time, of course. And just use the yarn needle. Just make sure, I like to face the right side of the work. You see the right side of the work facing, so that when we connect the shoulder part or any kind of work piece, we connect from the inside of our work. This way there is seamless, my friends, seamless. You understand? If you do it outside, it's not so nice because you see the stitch, but when you do it from the inside, everything looks so professional, you know. So yeah, do that. Connect the shoulder part and take a little break, drink some water, jumping around because you're about to finish. So I'm gonna go back here first. Come back here, down here. Now have a look how neat our work. So beautiful. This is the outside. When we open it, we see the outside, how neat, how beautiful. I love treble crochet so much. I think I'm gonna use this stitch more and more for the summer design. Now you go to the other side and I meet you for the side body. For the side body, we need to put the work on. You see, I put my work on, I make the knot at the back so I can make the mark on where I want to start the side body, and I'm gonna put the stitch marker right there, like right there, slightly above my breast. Okay, so you do the same, put the stitch marker. And we're gonna work on the side body now. And now lay your work flat to match the front panel with the back piece. You can already add the stitch marker at the back piece if you want to. Maybe you need to change later on. It's very depend, but you can do it. I also did, but later on I feel like I don't need that much stitches, so I remove it. It's really modifiable, everything, you know. Crochet is amazing. So yeah, now we're gonna start on the side body. You're going to slip stitch into where you have your stitch marker. Slip stitch. I always count the slip stitch 1 chain. Actually slip stitch and chain 2, but I was just like, oh, that is my chain 2. And then you're going to add half double crochet across. Make sure you don't add too many. For me, I add a total of 17 half double crochet. I also count the slip stitch and the chain 2 or the chain 1 slip stitch as chain 2. Doesn't matter. The beginning, the chain 1, the chain beginning, I count as 1 half double crochet, and I add half double crochet across. First, I don't know yet how many half double crochet I'm going to add, but I just keep adding and I make sure not too much so that it lay flat. And I have a total of this row 1 of 17 half double crochet. you might have different. It depends on your boob length and the size of the top you are making. Just write down a number because you're going to repeat in the other side. And now I finish my row 1, chain 2, turn your work. You're going to repeat, or not repeat, begins your row 2. And for me, chain 2 in row 2 is just to build up the yarn. I'm not counting as a stitch anymore. And now I'm just going to add half double crochet, 1/2 double crochet in each stitch across. And my row 2, I'm going to have also 17 half double crochet at the end. And for the side body, I made a total of 15 rows. I changed the color in between, I actually start with 3 rows with blue color, and then I change into gold color. I made 9 rows of the gold color, and then I switch back into the blue color again for another 3 rows because I like how it looks, and also I like to connect the blue with the blue. It looks neater for me. So you're going to make as many rows as you need to connect in the side body. Don't make too many, just keep trying it on, and or use the tape measurement. For me, I just eyeballing, like eyeball. I don't know how to say in English, but I just guess, and it worked wonder. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 15. So 3 blue, 9 gold, and 3 blue. And then I'm just connect with the yarn needle again to the side, like to the other back part. Just make sure that you also connect from the inside of your work so that it looks professional, like I told you before. So this is how it looks when I connect. I love it so much. And now I'm going to make the other side exactly the same thing. You're going to do exactly the same thing that you did in the side body. Go back to see how I do it if you forgot. And voila, you're done. So I'm so excited. Look, I still have a lot of yarn hanging around. I have to weave in all of this and I am done. I wonder what is your color. Let me know in the comment below, and if you find it easy or difficult to make it, give me a thumbs up. If you love this type of video, follow me on social media, subscribe to my channel for more video like this on your way. And if you like tutorial, just click the 2 videos here in the corner and make those top as well. I see you next video. Bye bye.